Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today we're looking at my 2000 Chevy Silverado. I was having an issue where only when it was warm would it not start. It would start every time when it was cold. So here's a little trick. If you push the gas pedal down, it will cut fuel supply. So if it then starts, you know that it's most likely not the fuel pump, but some other issue. So today we're going to replace the fuel pressure regulator. Now before you begin, please make sure you wear safety glasses, even better goggles if you have them. You will spray fuel in the process. It's also a good idea to have a fire extinguisher within reach and any other safety equipment that you can think of. Being that fuel will spray everywhere, you do not want to do this, especially while the engine is hot, so make sure the car is cooled down first. This video is just to show you the basic operation, but please refer to a proper repair manual and be prepared for anything that could happen that perhaps I don't see or think about during this video. There are some snap ring pliers that you might need if yours have that application. The new kit I had came with one, and I've seen other GM vehicles that use these, but mine did not. So on the passenger side, we're going to find this release valve for the fuel system. So we're going to take this cap off, just like a bike tire if you've ever used one. If you look in the very nose of it, there's a little metal nub, and we're going to depress that down. So make sure your safety glasses are on. And as you push this, you're going to see the fuel come out. So we've put a rag underneath this to catch the majority of this fuel. Make sure you're not doing this on a hot engine, because you do not want hot engine and fuel mixing, especially the exhaust. So make sure that the engine is cool before you do this process. But as you can see, we're relieving the pressure, and this also proves that the fuel pump most likely isn't the issue, because we still do have fuel pressure here. So once we've drained this out all the way, we're going to put our cap back on, and then we're done with that side of it. But you do want to keep the rag handy, because we're going to have some more fuel come out on this side, even though we've relieved the fuel pressure. So this is our fuel pressure regulator here, and it has a vacuum line on the top. So we're going to slide that off first and just keep it out of the way. Next, it has a little clamp on there. It's like a spring clamp that we're going to use a screwdriver to remove, that holds the regulator onto the rail. Now we can pull the fuel regulator straight off. However, please note how much fuel continues to spray out of this, even though we did relieve the fuel pressure. So you do not want that to spray on you in the eyes, so make sure you have your safety goggles on. And again, this one does not have the snap ring. This one pulls off. Some vehicles may have the snap ring you have to remove first. So we have a little gasket on here. Next, we're taking a pick, and notice how we're coming in and grabbing the filter and pulling it out towards us. This filter is damaged, as you can see. Now, there's also an O-ring that you want to be very careful not to drop into that hole. If that comes out and gets down into your fuel rail, you'll be in some big trouble. So we're using the pick to grab that O-ring out there. If you do have to leave the vehicle at this point for a part that you need, make sure you put plastic and tape over it so no contaminants get in. This is the regulator that we bought. Standard's a good brand. I have other videos where I've used this, so check the video description for that. This one comes pre-assembled, which is really nice. You're ready just to lubricate these O-rings up and just push it straight on. So I put a small amount of oil on there, just a tiny bit to lubricate the seal. We'll go ahead and push this straight in. So it does take a little bit of force to do this, and you want to be careful with it. So line it up straight and push it directly in, and it should pretty much stay in place as you're pushing it in here. And again, the snap ring was optional on other vehicles. So here is our clip we're going to reinstall. Notice how there's a beveled edge there. That needs to be going against the regulator. So as we push this clip on, it's kind of half and half on the rail mount and then half on the new regulator. But notice how it cups in to follow the body of the regulator. So that's what it should look like when it's done. And make sure you twist it and rotate it to make sure that it locks into place and that it's nice and firm and that you have a good pushing connection. Otherwise, fuel can leak out of this, so be aware of that, and make sure that when we prime the engine, we check for fuel leaks before starting the vehicle, and also as it begins to run. So this looks pretty good in here. I moved it around to make sure that the clip was holding everything on properly. And so we're going to go ahead and we reattached our vacuum line onto the top of that. So make sure that you reattach that line. I noticed on mine there was actually a little split in it. So temporarily I wrapped it in electrical tape to keep it from having a vacuum leak, which may have also been part of my problem. But if you see that split that formed there, check your vacuum lines. That might be something that you have as well with yours with older age trucks. Put some electrical tape around that since it had a split in it for now. But of course, the first time is going to be a little hard starting because it didn't have any fuel pressure, but all right. Then be sure to check it to make sure that it's not leaking, and just make sure that you're safe overall. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll check you guys on the next video. I have a full playlist of videos that are similar to this, so please check the video description if you're interested in seeing any of those. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Thanks, guys.